close child's pose. So with the toes together, the knees together, and then we drop the head, forehead comes down, and then the arms are behind us, palms facing up. So in this pose, really let the arms kind of fully sink into gravity and let everything sink into the tops of the thighs. We will hold this for about 10 breaths, allowing the lower back to kind of open and stretch here. And it's a subtle beginning, but let's find our breath. Deep inhales through the nose and deep exhales, holding for about 10 breaths. We're about halfway there. Keep breathing, keep sinking into the mat. And then let's use the hands to push ourselves up. And let's find a tabletop position, all fours. So wrists right under elbows, under shoulders, knees under hips. And then let's find some cat-cows for some spine movement, waking everything up. Exhale, belly draws towards the spine. Inhale, dropping the belly. Exhale, round and push away, relaxing the head. One more. Inhale. Chest comes forward. Exhale, push and round out. Now back in a neutral tabletop, we're coming into a low lunge. So the right foot is going to come in between the hands, and then you may, whoopsies, I put them too far away. You may find blocks useful here. You may be okay with your hands down on the mat. And then we're looking for 90 degrees here with the front leg. So the back leg, you might use the toes to find that stretch for your front psoas on the left side. And you may also creep that foot back behind you. Once you find it, settle in and let the hips sink in. And again, we're holding for about 10 breaths. Keep your hips square, pulling the front hip back and the back hip forward. And breathe into that front left psoas. So the psoas muscle actually goes up through the pelvis and attaches through to the lower back. So this can shorten and actually cause some of that low back pain. So if you sit a lot, this is a really, really good stretch, keeping that front part open. And even though we're stretching the front, this does help the low back. 5 more full deep breaths. And now we're moving into our lizard pose. So you're going to bring your right hand, and if it's on a block, you can bring it with you. Just bring it to the inside of your knee as you heel toe that foot out. And I am going to switch my blocks, and then we're just getting a little deeper into that back psoas. And then for this one, there are a lot of different ways to do this pose, but I want you in this one, totally let the chest twist open, and this knee can come open. So find what's comfortable, and you don't have to go too far because you can get really intense with this stretch, or you can find an ease kind of up here, right? So find what's good, and then we're hanging out for 10 full breaths. Breathe that space and relaxation into that left psoas. Exhale any tension. Okay, and then if you open, let's bring it back to the center. And then heel toe that back in to find your lunge again. Adjust your blocks as needed. And then once you've found your lunge and everything's neutralized, we're going to come back to our tabletop. And then pause here just to let that leg kind of find its neutrality again. It might feel good to wiggle the tail or stretch that leg out. And then let's move over to the left side. So the left foot comes forward in between the hands. And again, find blocks if that's comfortable to you, ideally the same that you did on the other side. And then that back knee may come forward. If you want a little less intensity, it may go back if you'd like a little more intensity. And then once you've found it, hold here. If you come up, you actually can get a deeper stretch here too. So I'm going to come to the highest setting on my blocks and really get into that hip crease. Find your deep breath and hold. 10 full breaths. Last big inhale. And now bring that left hand to the inside of the left leg as you heel toe that foot out and adjust the right hand as needed. And then again, you can open up to the side, placing the left hand on the left knee and then finding a deep stretch into that front right hip crease, holding here again for 10 breaths. So find some stillness once you have wiggled around and adjusted. Find the posture you'd like to hold. One more deep breath in. And then coming back to your low lunge first. So heel toe the left foot in, tuck the back toes. This might help you adjust into your lunge. And then eventually bring the left foot back to meet the right, finding your tabletop again. We should be done with the blocks. And then let's find a downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, lifting the hips, and then keeping the knees nice and bent here so that we're not putting a whole bunch of effort into the backs of the legs. And then I find it to be really helpful to kind of wag the dog, and this loosens the low back a bit. So just see how that feels for you. It might feel good to remain in stillness. This is your practice, so do what's good for your body today. Let's hold here for 2 more breaths. And then gaze forward in between the hands, and then bring the feet forward, bending the knees, crossing at the ankles, coming into a seat, and then coming into a forward fold. So extend the legs out in front of you. And have this be a little bit of an active forward fold. So we want a long spine reaching towards the feet, not down, right? Down is actually, I think, a lot easier than long. So, and that is what our go-to tends to be. So let's grab here at the calves or the ankles or the feet. And then belly comes to spine, engaging the core as we aim our forehead and our crown towards the feet for a long spine. Breathe into the low back. We're holding here for 5 full breaths. With each inhale, you create a little space. With each exhale, maybe you go deeper. And then on an inhale, slowly bring it up. Something in my hair. Okay, now we're moving into half butterfly or Janu Shirshasana. So bring the left sole of the foot into the right thigh. And here, really emphasize that you're twisting the torso over the extended leg and that this leg is close to the mat. And if it's a little further out or you need a block, that's good for support. And then twisting over the extended leg, same kind of fold, engage spine nice and long, find our grabbing point, whether it's the calf, the ankle, or the foot, and then we are stretching the head towards the feet, not down, so a long spine. Holding here for 5 full deep breaths, and then keeping your attention on the low back, observing any sensations that arise, just noticing how this feels in that lower back region. Two more breaths. And then walk the hands up the leg, slowly sitting up, and then we switch sides. So left leg extends, right sole of the foot comes into the inner left thigh. And again, twisting the torso over the extended leg, keeping this leg down as best we can. Grabbing calf, ankle, or foot. Inhale, the chest comes forward, we lengthen. Exhale, we fold. And then observe any differences from this side to the other. And again, bring your attention and your awareness and your breath to the low back. This fold obviously does a lot for us. We've got an open hip. We're stretching the back of the extended leg. But let's bring our attention and awareness to the low back and what sensations we feel there. Three more full breaths. And then walk the hand up the leg, slowly sitting up. Extend the right leg back out in front of you. Pop the knees back and forth, up and down a little bit. And then relax into a seat for your meditation. So in this case, if cross-legged is too much on the back right now, we can lift the hips to support, or we can sit on our shins, and I'm going to sit on top of 2 blocks to support. Okay, once you've found your comfortable seat, spine is tall, neutral pelvis, right? So we don't want to put any strain again on the back by puffing it out or tucking. So find a really neutral pelvis, let the hands open up, palms facing up. And our concept for concentration for this meditation will be space. So consider with each breath creating space in the low back and any other areas of the body that creep up that might need a little bit of extra love. So with each breath, we're bringing in space. With each exhale of the breath, we let go of tension and stress. And then if you want to get really quantum with it, like I like to do because I'm a little nerdy, I like to think of breathing space in between each atom and each cell. Get on a really microscopic level, because if we remember from science class, there's a lot more space in those elements than there is anything else. So really breathing space into the smallest parts of your body to bring release, to get rid of any tension and stress. So whatever visualization has come to mind, whether you're breathing space into your quantum parts, or if you're breathing space into a body part that just needs a little love, keep that going for the next few minutes as we sit here and meditate in silence together. Start coming back to this present moment. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out with a ha. Let's do one more of those. Big breath in through the nose. Sigh it out. Slowly blink the eyes open. Hands to heart center. Thank you for coming to this practice and creating space with me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again here soon. Have a good one. Namaste. Hey, it's me, Becca again. Thank you so much for joining me for this lower back practice. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty good right now. Those lunges always do it for me. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, feel free, drop them in the comments. And follow me on Instagram, Facebook, sign up for my email. I got a lot of stuff going on, you guys, so I'll have another class for you. I am putting out new classes every Monday at 9 on YouTube, and new meditations every Friday at 4. All right, I'll see you again soon. Have a good one.